Hey, beautiful. This is your intuitive consultant and life coach, Avalaura, with another edition of Avalaura Heal My Life podcast. Listen in each week because I'm helping you to heal your life, heal your relationships, learn how to do meaningful work in the world, and make an impact that creates legacy. So go ahead and get your pen and paper, get your favorite drink, and listen in now.
This episode of Avalaura Heal My Life is sponsored by Beads by Mamimdi, which specializes in designing beautiful jewelry using authentic crystals. Crystals have been known and used for many years for their metaphysical properties, aiding individuals in achieving success, well-being, and spiritual growth and development. Order your beautiful crystal jewelry with a personalized touch today on Instagram at beads, BEADS _ by Mamimdi, MIMINDIE.
Today I have a special guest with me to discuss holiday survival for singles and to talk about overcoming holiday blues and depression and the loneliness that can set in. Her name is Avalaura Bahari. Avalaura Gaither Bahari. And she is the founder and owner of Avalaura's Healing Center, which is a holistic wellness center in College Park, Maryland. Now, Avalaura combines her formal education, intuitive wisdom, and life experiences to help people in the D.C. area and around the world heal and transform their lives. Her background is in social work. She has a bachelor's degree in psychology and a master's degree in social work from Howard University. Woo-hoo! Now, I'm also a fellow Bison, and you can check out more about her at her website, which is her name, avalaura.com, and that's A-V-A, Laura, L-A-U-R-A. Avalaura, thank you so much for joining us today.
Kiki, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, and you're a fellow Bison Howardite. Did you go to homecoming this year?
I did not. No. I was working.
Yes, that's right, because you have a great practice. Tell us a little bit, before we get into the holiday blues and depression, tell us a little bit about your practice, your services, and the kind of work that you do with people.
Sure, I would love to. I am, like you said, I'm a healer. I am a spiritual counselor and also a life coach. And I'm also a dream interpreter as well. And I do a lot of different types of healing. And really what I do is create a situation for my clients. And most of my clients are women. A lot of them do happen to be single. Of course, I do work with clients who are married or engaged to be married as well. But a lot of my clients are single women as well. And really what I do with my clients is help them to get from where they are to where they want to be. A lot of my clients who come to me, they come to me in some sort of pain. So they're going through something, whether it's a loss of a loved one, whether it's a loss of a job, some type of major transition in their life. Maybe it's that they are single and they're trying to get married, or they're divorced and, they're trying to navigate what that is, what that looks like. Or a lot of times it's simply that they are feeling really kind of lost and confused, and they're feeling like, okay, I'm working a job, I got this 9 to 5, I have all of these things going on, but I'm not happy. I feel purposeless, and I'm not sure what's going on. And so a lot of that could be stress, it could be anxiety, it could be fear, it could be depression. And so I help my clients to heal from those things, to really get to the root causes of what's going on with them and help them to get through those things and to help really navigate through their feelings, their emotions, their thoughts, so that they can live the life that they want to live and create the things that they want in their life.
That is awesome. And how long have you been in business?
I have been in business now. This is actually my 9-year anniversary this month, November.
Wow. 9 years. That is awesome. I know you have your own studio, or what do you call it? Your own building or studio?
Center,
or
place for healing, oasis. It's been called many things.
I love it. I love
healing
it. I'm going to have to get down there. That is great. So in the 9 years, around this time of year, November, December, when the holidays are here, have you seen a difference? Like, do you get more clients that come during this time, or is it that the clients that you already have now want to talk about the holidays and how they feel through it? Do you get more clients coming now?
Great question. The first thing that I want to do is just set an intention. Anytime I'm doing healing work, and I do look at this experience or this conversation as healing as well, because the people who are listening to this, we don't know what anybody is going through, what's happening with them, and so I always like to set an intention. And so my intention for this show is definitely to inform you all, to give you really good information, to educate you so that you can see, maybe you are struggling with some of these things and you don't even realize it, or maybe you realize it and you don't know what to do about it. So my intention is really to inform you and to help you to understand that we are going to be talking about, some things that aren't so pleasant. Stress is not pleasant. Depression is not pleasant. But even though you might be suffering with some of those things, I do want you to know that there is help and you can be freed from this. And so my intention is to give you information that lets you know that, yes, you might be struggling with these things, but you can absolutely be freed of it. You're not alone. You are not alone, and there absolutely is healing. So that's the first thing that I definitely want to say, Kiki, because a lot of times people feel like when they're going through these things that they are alone, that they're in this bubble, and people don't understand. And so I definitely want you to know I understand. And I do tend to get a lot of clients during this time. And for exactly some of the reasons that you said, the holiday season is supposed to be fun. It's time off work. A lot of people look forward to that. You get gifts, you get to spend time with your family. But then with all of that comes a whole lot of stress. Okay, and so a lot of times people do have difficulties navigating during this time period, and then adding in, a seasonal affective disorder or SAD, which is a type of depression, can make it even more difficult during this time because what happens is the days are shorter and our nights are longer. And so a lot of times people are going to work in the dark and they're coming home in the dark. And, we need sun. We like sunshine. And so, when you're in a building all day and by the time you get out it's dark and when you leave your house it's dark, it really does affect your mood. So you have all of these things that are going on all at one time, and it does get difficult for people to understand how to navigate that. And sometimes people don't even understand what they're going through. They just know that they're off. Something is wrong, but they don't even know what it is.
Good point. That is so true. And don't we need heat too? I feel like when it's cold, I I want sunlight and I want warm weather. But I'm from California, so maybe that's the reason. My husband likes the cold. But as winter comes, and even now, even though it's still fall, as it's getting colder, I notice that I want to stay in more. I don't necessarily want to go out and do the fun things that I normally do. So I guess that's all a part of the change. And what did you call it? Seasonal.
It's called SAD, Seasonal Affective Disorder. And it's a type of depression that specifically really affects people during this time of year. So when it's dark outside, when the days are shorter, and yes, when it is cold too, that certainly is a factor as well. But it's really the daylight. That's a big thing, not having the daylight, because it gets dark now 5 o'clock here on the East Coast.
Yeah.
So it's a long night we have versus in the summer where it will get dark 8, 9 o'clock.
Right. Right, good points. I know when I lived in Detroit for a year, and that winter was just the most dismal time for me. It seemed like it was just gray the entire
Yeah.
3 months. And before that, in the summertime and even early fall, the sun was still out until like 9:30. I had never had such a long evening with the sun still out and the beautiful sun setting, like 9:30 at night. And then when the winter came, it was just gray. It seemed like the sun didn't come out at all for months.
Yeah.
And I was so depressed,
It's true.
and I didn't do much. And I remember the casino, MGM Grand, opened that year in Detroit. And I was thinking in my mind I wanted to go down there to the big grand opening because they were having big parties. And I could not get out of the house and psych myself up, into a festive mood to go and even do that. But tell us how you help people navigate through this time.
Sure. That's a really great point. I just want to speak about that really quickly. I want to talk about some of the symptoms because sometimes, we get in the habit of kind of diagnosing ourselves. And so I don't want people saying, oh, my God, I go through that too. Do I have SAD? I mean, you might have it and you might not. So I don't want to create this panic and everybody says, oh, my gosh, I don't want to do things in the winter either because let me tell you, I'm from Connecticut. I cannot stand the winter. And I don't want to do anything in the winter months either. But I don't have SAD, so that's normal. That is certainly one of the symptoms. So when we're talking about depression, we look at all of the symptoms versus having like one or two of the symptoms. And so even though some of these things might apply to you, so you might lack energy, you might not want to do the things that you used to do or some of the activities that you normally do. A big thing now is people tend to overeat. We eat a lot of carbs, we eat a lot of comfort food. And then the other thing too is just like you said, really just low-level energy, and also maybe your mood changes. So maybe you're just easily upset, or you're just easily aggravated, where, you don't really seem to have a sense of humor. You don't want to hang out with your friends anymore. People invite you out places, and you're like, nah, I just want to stay in the house and do nothing. It's a lot of things. Also sleep. If you notice that you tend to sleep a lot more, that's a big thing as well. So we look at a combination of all of these symptoms, and so not just one or two, because again, for me, I definitely, during the winter, I tend to hibernate. I don't want to go out, but my energy is pretty much the same, things like that. So I don't have all of the symptoms. So you want to look at that. And of course, if this is something that you're concerned about that you might have, if this is speaking to you, then you definitely want to go see a psychologist or a psychiatrist to see if this is something that you have. The beautiful thing about it is that it's depression, again, during the winter months. So it's not full-blown clinical depression. SAD is just during the winter months. So if you do suffer from this, the silver lining is it's only during the winter. Once that sun comes back out, once the heat comes back, you'll be back to new, you'll be good.
Great. So it does pass. It's temporary.
It does pass. It's just the winter. So that's a good thing if you have it. There are a few different ways that you can treat SAD, and I always go for the natural ways first. A lot of times I have clients who come to me who are on some type of medication for depression or anxiety or something like that, and they come to me because they would like to get off of their medication. So I always try the natural route first. I'm not saying that works for everybody, but that's my first go-to. And then if what we do is not working, then you might really want to look at getting a psychiatrist and getting on meds. But what I have found with depression is that the two things that I love the most is counseling and then a form of energy healing called Reiki that I do. I absolutely love that combination for my clients who have depression. It works wonders. And it's actually been proven that counseling
is. I'm sorry. I've heard. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. You'll definitely have to explain it to probably.
I'll tell you. Oh, don't worry. I will definitely tell you. But what I was about to say, it's actually been proven that depression is actually treated just as well with counseling sometimes as it is with medication. The counseling is actually in some ways more important, because what happens is when people get on meds, they don't learn different behaviors. They don't learn coping mechanisms. The medication does the work, whereas in counseling, that's where you get the tools to actually change your thoughts, your feelings, your behaviors. So it gives you that behavior modification that you need to deal with whatever illness that you're going through. So I just want to say that. So Reiki is awesome. It is, one of my friends calls it a spiritual massage. And it is not, it's commonly associated with massage because it involves some touching, but it's not, because massage is much more manipulating muscles, where Reiki is simply laying on of hands. So my church folks, I'm sure you all know laying on of hands. If you think about the ladies in the church, they lay their hands on you and they heal you, and it just feels so good. You know, that is what Reiki is. It really is a laying on of hands experience. And I liken it to acupuncture. If you've experienced acupuncture before, it's the acupuncturist will use needles, those tiny needles, to balance out your energy, to get things flowing and moving. It could be for stress. It could be for depression. It could be for weight loss. It could be for more energy, whatever it is that you're going through. But instead of using needles, I'm using my hands. And so I'm working on an energetic level to move and balance out the flow of your energy. And it's a wonderful experience. It's very relaxing. It's very calming. People leave, some of my clients leave and they just say, oh, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud. It's just, it's a wonderful experience. It's one of those things that you kind of just have to experience. Like, I could tell you about it, but for you to really get it, you have to experience it yourself. And every experience is different. That's what's so beautiful about it. You can come into me one week and just have the most amazing experience, and then the next week you come in and it could be totally different, because it just goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And we always set our intention that you get whatever you need at that moment in time.
So that was very interesting. I like how you mentioned the counseling versus medication, because the counseling is probably going to deal with the root causes of why the issues are there, and medication doesn't. And then Reiki, which I'm still kind of seeing like massage, but you did say it doesn't, you're not even manipulating the skin or the tissues or the muscles, but it has the same effect as a massage. So that's dealing with your body and what's going on inside.
Actually, it's deeper. It's deeper than massage. It's much more of a spiritual experience. So it's really, it's almost like, it's like you're feeling this energy, and your body just takes on the energy, and your body uses it to balance it out and to do what it needs to do. So it can really affect you on an emotional level, on a spiritual level, and on a physical level as well. So it's actually a lot deeper, because it's working on all of those different levels.
The energy would be coming from the person that's laying on of hands? The person that's doing the Reiki? Okay. So it's your energy.
That's right. It's like a transfer of energy. Yes, it's a transfer, and you get what you need. I'm not using my energies, but it's the energy that's flowing through me. And actually, and Reiki is awesome because you can learn Reiki yourself. So I have a lot of clients who come to me because they want to learn Reiki. They like to do it for their children who have like ADHD, focus problems. They like to do it for themselves, especially if they have pain, if they get headaches all the time, things like that. So it's really, it works literally mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. It's awesome.
Can you believe we only have a few minutes left? Besides Reiki and counseling, is there anything else you do with the singles or ladies or people that come to you? I think you're a life coach as well, right? I did see that on there.
So there's so many things. I only touched on a few. There's so many things. So if we're specifically talking about SAD with the depression, one of the big things that we use to work with SAD, and this is a natural technique, is actually called light therapy. And so it's actually lights that you can get them on Amazon. You can actually find them online. And they simulate daylight. So you would put them on in your home, and it's like giving you that vitamin D. And so it's making you feel like even though it's dark outside, you have daylight. So it's actually stimulating that. So that's one of the big ways that we treat SAD, and it works very well. Another thing, and this is something that I like to do, well, let me say this first. Exercise is huge. Get your body moving. You know, if you're a couch potato, you kind of get in a funk and you just don't want to do anything, it's really good. You need to get your body moving, get your endorphins going, and that helps you to feel a lot better. You definitely need to move your body because what happens is during the winter, you're not out and about like in the summertime. So you're already naturally just not getting a lot of activity. You're not going outside walking or running or hiking or whatever you might be doing during those summer. So you have to make sure that you get your exercise in. That's really important. Another thing for women especially, it works for everybody, but, you know, women, we love smell goods. So aromatherapy is awesome. Aromatherapy is really wonderful, using 100% essential oils. And I state that because there are fragrance oils and then there are essential oils. And essential oils actually have a therapeutic effect. So you want to get 100% therapeutic grade essential oils. And they smell really nice, but they also work, again, psychologically, physiologically. We respond to certain smells. And so it's not just, oh, the smell's nice, but it actually boosts your mood. So you can get certain essential oils and to smell them, and they actually help to boost your moods. And so you can, you know, if you have a candle, you can light a few drops in your candle to smell that, or you can get a diffuser. And again, you can just, you know, put drops of the essential oil into the diffuser. Or what I like to do, and especially, again, in the winter because it's cold, take a nice warm bath, and then you can put essential oils in your bath. And you can get your favorite fragrance. A lot of people love lavender. That's a more relaxing scent. But then you can also do things to boost your mood, like orange, sandalwood, frankincense. So different things like that. Rose oil is really nice, bergamot. So you can do some of the more citrusy oils, or the woodsy oils, and those kind of help more to boost your mood. Also like spearmint, peppermint, and those are kind of winter scents as well. So you can use essential oils, which is awesome. They smell good. They're not that expensive, but you want to get the 100% therapeutic grade. That's important. Don't get those fragrance oils. They might smell good, but they don't have the same effect.
Oh, good point. Good point. Unfortunately, our time is up. I thank you for joining us. Please tell the ladies and singles how they can get in touch with you, where you're located, and if you have anything coming up that you want my listeners to know about, please share.
Absolutely. So I would love to work with each and every one of you. It's truly my greatest joy. I love my clients. My clients are my family. So if you recognize that you're struggling with any of these things and you would like my help, the first thing that you can do, of course, is go to my website at avalaura.com, and that is A-Z as in Victor, ALAURA.com, and you can see all the services that I offer. There's also a Work with Avalaura section. You can click on that, fill that out, and we can schedule a free 20-minute consultation. So that is something that I offer to see, you know, fill me out, see if I'm somebody you want to work with, if I can help you in any way, and I'd love to do that. I also have an offering for you as well. If you go to my website, BeHealed2015.com, because we are almost in 2015. I know everybody focuses when we get to this, you know, the new year and wants to start fresh, but you have to start making those changes now. Now is the time to start making those changes, so when the new year rolls in, you're already working through and changing and growing and transforming and do what you need to do. Don't wait till January. So if you go to BeHealed2015.com and sign up for my mailing list, you will get the intro to my new book, Power, and you will also get daily words of inspiration from me. So that is a free gift for you. Sign up for that. And anytime I'm having any events, whether it's here in the D.C. area or whether it's a webinar, a teleseminar, you will get that information as well. So you can go to BeHealed2015.com, sign up for that, and you get all kinds of goodies.
Thank you so much, and we hope to have you on again.
Awesome.
All right,
I look
bye-bye.
forward to it. Thank you, Kiki.
This episode of Avalaura Heal My Life is sponsored by Canada's #1 inspiration coach, Maureen Kaylee Verdonk, affectionately known as Coach Mo. She is the founder of Inspired Living Life Coaching, and Coach Mo is passionately helping women say yes to ourselves and experience more success and joy in our lives. Visit Coach Mo at www.mocaliverdonk.com. That's M-O Callie, C-A-L-E-Y, Verdonk, V-E-R-D-O-N-K, mocaliverdonk.com, and claim your free audio CD today.
Hey, beautiful. Thank you for listening to another edition of Avalaura Heal My Life podcast. Join me each and every week to move from whole to wholeness in your life, your relationships, your business, and your career. And if now is the time for you to embrace all that you are for your most incredible life, go ahead and email me today at avalaura@avalaura.com for your own personal consultation. And while you're at it, I'm Googleicious, so you can find more information about me online. Go to my website at avalaura.com and join my mailing list.